So that's nothing new. When you go to work with legends, when you go to work with somebody like a Bob Dylan or a Miles or an Aretha, do you ever do any research ahead of time just to go back and listen to their canon? Although with those artists, I mean, it's pretty much, you know, everyone knows that stuff. But even artists such as John Cicada, do you ever do that, or do you like to go into a session fresh?
With Miles, Aretha, and Bob Dylan, I grew up with that music, and
Sure.
I was a and well, actually, I wasn't a fan of Bob Dylan until I started working with him, but I was a huge fan of Aretha and Muscle Shoals,
Sure.
and a huge fan of Miles from all those records with Ron Carter and Tony Williams and Jimmy Cobb, and you know, that's the music I grew up with. That was always playing in my house. But Bob Dylan, I didn't know what to expect. It was a total surprise. You know, G.E. Smith, Saturday Night Live, said, "Would you be interested in doing this?" And I said, "Sure." And started working with him. And only then did I really appreciate what a genius he is, you know, and I never appreciated the poetry, never appreciated the lyrics until I started to listen to the lyrics. And I got myself a copy of his lyric book and started to read the poetry apart from the music, and I was just knocked out. You know, what a great poet he is, and what great songs he's written and continues to write. And working with him live was unbelievable experience. You know, and same thing. I mean, he never said, you know, play this or play that, or I want this kind of feel or that kind of feel. It was always just trying to suss out by watching him and listening to him what I should play. So I do research other than those three. You know, I've done a lot of research for whoever. John Cicada I had never met before. I only knew that hit.
Right.
And the album I did with him that won a Grammy was his Latin stuff. Mm-hmm. So I didn't know what to expect, but I was totally into it. And he was a wonderful guy to work with. And the band was great. But anybody that calls me, I want to know where they're coming from, what their last record was, or what they're into currently, or all that stuff. Yeah, I do as much research and listening before working with the person as I can. And whatever information I can get from them, you know, MP3s and the charts and any hints on the feel, all that stuff is very valuable.
You know, it's interesting. We've talked, discussed the Bob Dylan with three of his bass players, Kenny Aronson, Rob Stoner, and Tony Garnier. And it's always, how do you tell where Dylan is in the song? Now, Stoner said, I looked at his lips. Now, Rob used to sing on the mic with him so he could see Dylan's lips. Kenny and Tony said to watch his right heel. That's where he keeps time. So that's where you knew where he was.
I watched his butt.
You watched his ass. Okay.
You know what just dawned on me? Can you imagine if Bob Dylan came out today and some producer says, hey, I think we should auto-tune.
God.